Hi, and welcome to Kids Talk Broadway. I'm Roxi.
And I'm Maia, and we are joined today by Zachary Prince from the Broadway show Jersey Boys.
I've worked on 3 Broadway shows, new Broadway shows. The first one I did was Baby, It's You. And then I did a show called On a Clear Day You Can See Forever. And the last one I did was a show called Honeymoon in Vegas, starring Tony Danza. Do you know who that is? Who's the boss? No, you guys are very young. All 3 of those shows were what we call flops. They lasted a very short amount of time on Broadway, but I got to work with some really awesome people. So I've been all over the place.
Which was your favorite show and why?
I would have to say my favorite show thus far, and this changes all the time, but my favorite show, the last show I did, which was called The Glass Menagerie. It's a play by Tennessee Williams. I think you'll probably read it in school one day. And it's just a classic play that I've always wanted to do, and it's one of my favorite roles of all time, and I was really proud of the work I did in it. So yeah, that one.
When did you first become interested in performing?
So my mother is a choreographer. Do you know what that is?
I do.
Yes. I used to sit in the back of theaters and watching her work, and I would actually imitate the choreography that she was teaching, and my mom noticed and was like, what? So she put me into dance classes and acting classes and singing classes when I was about 7 or 8, even maybe 6. I did my first professional show shortly thereafter when I was about 7 or 8, and I just never stopped. Yeah.
What skills do you think you need to be a professional performer?
I would say you need to have a good work ethic. You need to work hard. I would also say discipline is important. A lot, yes. A lot of discipline, some natural talent, but also the ability to focus on that talent and to hone it and to commit to it and to stay committed to it so that you can keep improving. I would say those are probably the most important qualities to have.
If you had to choose one show you would love to be in, which one would it be and why?
Well, let me ask you this question. Which show do you want to be in?
Hamilton.
The role for a white dude like myself would be the role of King George, and he gets to sing 3 hilarious songs, and then he sits backstage and tweets and Facebooks, reads, he can do whatever he wants. And that sounds like a perfect job, doesn't it? That's what I want to do.
Can you tell us about your best and worst audition experience?
I've had lots of both. The one thing that all the best auditions have in common is that they don't feel like auditions. They don't feel stressful. They don't feel like you're being tested. It just feels like a casual conversation or a rehearsal where you're sort of on the same page with the director and the creative team. I would say my worst audition experience, there's been a lot. Okay, so have you ever done this thing where you take a deep breath in and you choke on some spit? When you do that, you oftentimes cannot recover from it for a long time and you keep coughing and coughing. So I had an audition a few years ago where I had about 50 pages in my hand. There were a lot of sides. I took in a deep breath to sing a big note in the song and I choked and I could not stop coughing for about a solid minute. And then as I tried to make a joke about it while the entire creative team sat behind like waiting for me to stop coughing, I tripped and dropped all 50 pages on the floor. They sent me out of the room once I collected all my pages to take a moment to gather myself to come back in. And by that point, my voice was totally fried from coughing for like 10 minutes, and I had to excuse myself and go home. I would say that was a pretty bad audition.
You were also in the musical On a Clear Day with Jesse Mueller and Harry Connick Jr. What was it like working on such a great musical like that?
Thank you for calling it a great musical. The reviewers did not agree. It was awesome. I think Harry Connick was, do you guys know who he is? If you saw his face, you'd know who he was. Harry Connick Jr. was very nice and really chill and normal, surprisingly normal, and kind of kooky. He would mess around in rehearsals a lot. We would actually have to make him calm down, we thought it would be the opposite.
What was your favorite moment from working on a show like Jersey Boys?
The best part of Jersey Boys for me playing Frankie Valli was it's a very long show. It's about 2.5 hours. It doesn't feel long, but it takes on about, it's like Hamilton, right? You follow him through about like 44 years of his life. He sort of goes through all these hardships in life, and then at the end, he has sort of a comeback in his career, and he sings "Can't Take My Eyes Off of You," which is one of his biggest hits, and everyone in the audience goes crazy. And that was a nice payoff after singing, at that point, 25 songs.
Well, Zachary, thanks so much for a great interview.
And thanks everyone for tuning in. Be sure to like and subscribe. And we will see you again soon
on Kids Talk Broadway.
That was good, you guys. Congratulations.